On point. On point.
My name is Urban Deep. I'm from an act called Soul ID. We are initially based out of Brussels. The three singers actually also produce, and I am producer / drummer of the act, and then we invite musicians, but the real act, is to us four people. It started out me working with Chai, who is the female singer, and before that I was always working as session drummer for all sorts of different projects, and then it was just about time to do my own thing, not just work for other people and other people's projects, but to really do what you want to do to express yourself. Chai has been a backing vocalist for all sorts of acts for years, and she was in a very similar frame of mind. She wanted to launch her career as an artist as opposed to being a backing vocalist for other artists. Because Brussels is such a small scene that actually everyone knows everyone, So she toured with one of the other singers, who's called Daddy, and he came on board first as a composer, and he was a lot in studio doing vocal coaching and helping out, and just by time and by working together, the chemistry was just there, that we decided to, instead of having, a solo project, to extend it and become a band. And for a very short little moment, we were just free. And then the fourth singer, who is V, always was hanging around in the studio around us, He was so much, part of the creative process and always in the studio, so we became four. My love for you would be standing tall. Afropean soul. Afropean soul is the way we define our music. 3 Africans and 1 European working together. So it's Afropean music. We toured with Zap Mama actually. She said, "You guys, you're the incarnation of Afropean. You cannot get more Afropean than us." And we said, "Actually, that's great. Let's just use this." The first tracks that you can actually hear on the album were done in 2003. And that's actually somehow the year where everything grew together, when it became clear. But we decided to take a name actually as a band, which was Soul ID, which is Soul ID. The album is called Sex, Love and Philosophy. And it's going to be released now. It has been taking a long while, but now everything starts falling into place, and we have the right kind of partners. And it's better to wait a little longer, Like good food, you cook it, and then it makes sense to release it, as going really rushed into a project, just getting it out, not being happy yourself, a couple of years later about this record. We were very much of a studio project. We invited guest musicians on the record, but it was very much a studio project, and now we're bringing it on the stage, and we try to make different arrangements, different versions for live, for playing it on stage, which keeps us busy and interested, in the material of the first record.
Soul ID.
What is great is that we had 100% of creative freedom with this record, So we did what we wanted to do, and I always like to go 100% to the end of the process, So I can now completely convinced say with this It took us 3 years. We went 100%, you know, to the furthest extent you can take what we have there. It's I think you have to be just conscious, you know, that there's moments where it's very frustrating because you have the feeling things just move in the right direction, but everything goes way too slow, you know, or you know, there's just budget's missing for this and budget's missing for that, you know, and then you turn on the TV and then you see some act, you know, that has everything put into place. But it makes you be more mature.
On point.